Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast. Today we're featuring a 2023 Jeep Rubicon Gladiator. This is a diesel version. It's got 2,300 miles on it. It's owned by a customer of ours that has modified a number of these. He just bought an AEV, one of 10 Prospector XL, and is getting rid of some of the stuff that he's got around the shop. So he bought this. It's been mildly modified. He had a 392. These are the factory 392 wheels from that rig. He put method wheels on that, and so this got the 392s. It's got a small lift on it. It's got a bumper on it, some Baja design wheels, a winch. It's got a toolbox in the back. So it had a I think it was $67,000 MSRP, which is a pretty good build for a Gladiator. The diesel engine is a nice piece of that, and then it's fairly well equipped. And then he's got about 10,000. We have an itemized list on the website of $10,000 in parts that have been added to this. The 392 wheels are very uncommon, look nice. So it is a tow package car. It's got a backup camera on it. There's a tool shed in the back. It's got a bed liner. And with 2,300 miles, basically new. So we like the diesel just from the fuel economy. It's good horsepower, good torque. And on the highway, these things do really well. So super clean, of course, as you would expect. It's in new condition. We have the original window sticker. We've got both master keys and books. So you can see the steel bumper, Baja designs, Warren winch, got a remote. Super clean. So Jeeps, if you're looking at this, I'm sure you know plenty about Jeeps, but the Gladiator and the Unlimited have really changed the market for these guys. Just their ability to modify these things and off-road them. Super user-friendly. There's a million aftermarket pieces, and this is a good example. So this is just a plug-and-play switch. I mean, for lights and stuff. And if you're familiar with Jeeps, they oftentimes have the aux panel down here, and they got smart where they started just putting 4 auxiliary switches in here for lights, anything you want to put on there. And this is missing that, and so in lieu of that, you have the switch up here, which may be a little easier to access actually. So push button start. Let me roll the windows up real quick. So 2,396 miles, you can see. I mean, of course, it's all in new condition. If you're not familiar with the Rubicon, so that's typically you've got red interior trim. You've got the badging on the hood, some accents that are easily recognizable, just to make sure you're buying a Rubicon. Put the back window up. So we've got, we do have the, so there's this is a remote control, and then you have a cord, and then you've got a tuner or a flash in there I think that was for changing the odometer and the tire pressure stuff. Books are here. So media interface, so assuming you're familiar, so transfer case, sway bar disconnect, front and lock, front and
technology in the ball.
Center and rear locking diff on the Rubicon, and then sway bar disconnect, windows, dual auto climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel. And then I mean, one of the things I will say about the Jeeps is the media interface is fairly user-friendly. So you've got, if you haven't seen these, this has been going on for a while, but their off-road page is nice in that you've got gauges in here. It's going to give you suspension travel on 4 corners, and then also it's going to give you you've got temperature gauges, so you know, especially if you're down in Moab where it's hot, knowing what your transfer case or your transmission and coolant temperature are super important. The pitch and roll, and then your drivetrain tells you about your locking diffs. So a really good system. Media, so it's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, HD radio, satellite radio, of course. climate control. There's dual auto climate control, and then seat controls. And then for the driver, you have the passenger. You've also got camera settings here. Then your apps. So there's kind of a shortcut to the other stuff. And then you've got another page over here. Navigation, Bluetooth, and then settings. So, and then you've got a camera system also, so you've got a backup camera. And then I believe on this also you've got a front camera. You've got a multi-function steering wheel, so cruise is on the right. On the left you've got phone controls and your onboard computer, your ability to change your display. Lights, as I mentioned up here, these are the aux lights. Removable top. I think if I forgot anything. We do have the original window sticker, which I mentioned in our storybook. So here's the build sheet. You've got $10,000 worth of parts. And then, yeah, $66,475 build sheet, which is a pretty good build on a Rubicon. I think one of the only things this doesn't, well, I shouldn't say it. I don't think it's got the safety group or leather, but very well equipped beyond that. And then the aftermarket mods are especially nice. We like the stance, and the 392 wheels are not something you're going to see on most rigs. Anyways, clean title, clean Carfax, single owner. We can finance it through Cuddle. We can put an extended warranty on it out until 100,000 miles, and we welcome trades. If you have questions or would like additional information, please feel free to contact us. And we can be reached at 503-227-2354. And thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast.